Welcome to The Explainer. Think about how many French fries we consume on a daily basis without even a second thought. You'd probably assume cooking them is just a basic, everyday kitchen task, right? Well, the truth is actually quite different. It's a highly precise, scientific process. Today's Explainer is all about the fry station at Tank's Pizza. We're going to take a really close look at the meticulous protocols and the deep, scientific reasoning behind the procedures that keep customers safe. We're basically framing the fry station not just as a cooking zone, but as a genuine scientific laboratory of food safety.
So let me start off by asking you a question. What actually happens when a perfectly golden French fry is left in that hot oil just a little too long and turns dark brown? Sure, it might taste a little bitter, but the real issue is much more serious than flavor. Overcooking literally creates a dangerous, hidden chemical hazard, and unpacking exactly how we prevent that is what this whole explainer is about.
Here's our hazard-driven roadmap for today. We're going to cover the science of frying, temperature control, perfecting frying techniques, oil and equipment maintenance, allergen safety, and finally, station cleaning and sanitation.
Let's jump into Section 1, the science of frying, uncovering hidden chemical hazards.
To really understand this hazard, we have to look at the chemistry directly from the Tank's Pizza HACCP manual. That's their standardized food safety system. There's a specific chemical we must actively prevent called acrylamide. Now, acrylamide is a naturally occurring hazardous chemical substance that can form in grain and potato-based foods during high-temperature frying and baking. This isn't some artificial additive someone drops into the vat, right? It's a chemical reaction that happens entirely naturally when starches hit extreme heat. Because of this, it is strictly monitored as a major chemical hazard in the kitchen.
So how do cooks actually know when acrylamide might be forming? Well, by color. It's that simple. Acceptable fries must have a light or golden yellow color. Unacceptable fries have a dark brown color. It's a strict rule. If it's dark brown, it goes straight in the trash. We simply do not serve them. Discarding these products is exactly what protects our customers from that hidden acrylamide hazard.
Moving on to Section 2. Temperature control is critical, setting the safety limits.
Now, the absolute crucial point here is this exact number. 347 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius. Not 350, not somewhere around 340. The absolute maximum limit is exactly 347 degrees Fahrenheit to prevent that acrylamide formation. If the oil gets hotter than this, the risk of that chemical hazard skyrockets. The fry station isn't about cranking up the heat to get orders out faster, it's entirely about holding a precise, unyielding thermal limit.
Section 3, perfecting frying techniques, operational steps for hazard prevention.
The safety manual outlines a very specific choreography for the fry cook. Step 1, cook straight from frozen. Do not pre-thaw the fries. Why? Because cooking from the frozen state actually reduces oil absorption at these lower, safer cooking temperatures. Step 2, do not overcrowd the fryer baskets. If you dump too many fries in at once, you cause a dangerous drop in the oil temperature. The fryer then overcompensates, creating these sudden temperature surges. And remember, high temperature surges are exactly what produce acrylamide. Finally, Step 3. Remove fried products promptly. Leaving them in even a moment too long pushes that golden yellow straight into the dangerous dark brown zone.
All right, Section 4, oil and equipment maintenance, the ongoing lifeblood of the station.
Maintaining the fry station requires constant, everyday vigilance. Cooks must regularly screen out fines, those very small broken pieces of fries, after frying, because those tiny pieces burn incredibly quickly and degrade the oil. We also have to calibrate fryers regularly to guarantee that our 347-degree temperature limit is absolutely accurate. Furthermore, overused oil must be changed promptly. This is critical. If you use old oil, the fries are going to appear artificially dark brown even if they aren't overcooked, which completely ruins our ability to visually check for the acrylamide hazard. And looking at the bigger picture from a supply chain perspective, the manual dictates we only accept oil deliveries that meet acceptable limits for 3-MCPDE, which is another harmful chemical compound we actively block before it even enters the kitchen.
Section 5. Navigating allergen safety, a policy of zero tolerance.
Now, shifting gears to biological hazards, the Food Safety Manual states this explicitly, and I quote, "Use separate oil for frying food for allergen special orders." This is an absolute zero-tolerance policy for cross-contact. You cannot simply use a different basket in the same vat of oil. No way. The oil itself must be entirely separate and isolated. This physical isolation is our strongest, absolute best defense against cross-contact.
When an allergen special order comes in, the entire station undergoes a mandatory rigorous reset. The cook must immediately wash their hands, change their gloves, and change their apron. They absolutely have to use entirely separate utensils. Every single piece of equipment used must be washed, rinsed, and sanitized. Finally, to ensure safety all the way out to the customer's table, these orders have to be tracked using clear identifiers, like colored flags or specially shaped plates, because when it comes to allergen safety, there's literally zero margin for error.
And Section 6, Station Cleaning and Sanitation, closing the operational loop.
To maintain this pristine environment, the restaurant relies on incredibly strict accountability logs. Daily sanitation tasks are divided up and assigned directly to the cleaning staff. The cooks manage the opening and closing checklists to ensure equipment is ready and safe to go, and the cleaning staff ensure the workstation is meticulously swept and mopped at the end of every single shift. This level of tracking ensures that every piece of debris, grease, and potential foreign object is logged and completely removed. It's just a constant daily cycle of monitoring and verifying.
Which brings us to our final thought for this explainer. Are your fry station habits passing the HACCP test? We've really seen today that the fry station is not just about dropping a potato into hot oil. It's about scientifically controlling chemical reactions, maintaining strict thermal limits, preventing deadly allergens, and executing rigorous sanitation. I challenge you to think about these scientific and safety standards the next time you look at your everyday culinary routine. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep learning.